My name is Becky Schilling, and I teach at St. Peter's Lutheran School in East Point, Michigan. This past year, I have taken a course through the Macomb County ISD called 21 Things for the 21st Century Teacher. It is based on a book called Using Technology with Classroom Instruction That Works by Howard Pittler, Elizabeth Hubble, and Matt Kuhn. I highly recommend that my fellow educators take this course. It has helped me become more proficient in technology and how to use technology with best classroom practices and strategies. And this has been an online course which enables you to work at your own pace, which is great for educators because we all have different schedules. And so the beauty of online is that you can do it at the time that is right for you. Let me tell you a little story about myself and technology. The year was probably about 2002, and the principal sent a computer down to my desk. And I did not want this computer on my desk because I didn't have any room for it. And so he brought it down, set it up on the desk, and the next thing I know, I noticed some of the other teachers kept getting candy bars. And I wasn't getting any candy bars, and I thought, well, how is this happening? Well, I found out how. The principal was sending out emails to the teachers saying that if you read this email, you can come down to the office and get a candy bar. Well, guess who wasn't reading her emails? Myself. Well, things have changed since then. Now I use my computer at least 3 times a day, and a lot more often than that. I would check it in the morning, in the midday, and after school at the end of the day for messages from parents, from the principal. In the beginning of the day, I use it to take my lunch count and my attendance. I use it throughout the day for teaching the children. So things have changed a lot since then. I also have a projector in my classroom that I use quite a bit. And I've used it quite a bit already in the past, and 21 Things for Teachers has showed me even more ways that I can use it. Let me show you my projector. Over here, I have my projector and my whiteboard. And things that I have used it for in the past would be Mimeo Connect, that I have made use of that great resource and all the things they have to offer many times. Our school subscribes to Scholastic News, and so we have our hard copies of Scholastic News, but we also have the online resource of Scholastic News that I project up on the board. I also, if we're doing a poem study, I will project the poem up on the board, and the students will have their hard copy, and I can mark it, and they mark it as we go along. If we're marking rhyming words or sight words, I've done that in the past. Another thing that I had done in the past is that when we would go on a field trip, I would project a blank Word document, and then the kids would each get to say a sentence about what happened on our field trip, and I would type it into the keyboard, and they could see their sentence go up on the whiteboard, and that was always very exciting. When they had all their sentences in, then I would print them off and send them home at the end of the day, and the parents had a great report of what our field trip had been that day. So the class has also helped me become more proficient in Diigo. Before, I would come across a website, think that's a great website, write it down, and then lose track of it, not make use of it, and that would happen countless times. Now with Diigo, I can find a great website, enter it on my Diigo site, make notes about it, categorize it, and now I have a great place to keep all my websites organized. The class has also helped me become more proficient in managing a classroom website. And that helps me with the strategy of setting objectives and providing feedback. Now previously, I had set objectives for my students, But now with my classroom website, what I do is I let informed parents of what the objectives are this week. That way, the parents can be more supportive of what the objective is at home. If they know we're studying numbers 11 through 20, they can be practicing numbers 11 through 20 at home. And of course, good communication is key between home and school. And so this class has helped me manage my classroom website better. And another strategy or site that helped me a lot from that chapter was Rubistar. I've used Rubistar countless times already and appreciate it so much and know that's a site that I will keep using in the future. Okay, next I would like to take you down to our computer lab and do some talking about some of the strategies down there. Here I am in the computer lab at St. Peter's, and there again, back in 2002, I would have never pictured bringing a whole kindergarten full of children down to a lab like this and having them work. But I'm successfully doing it. I had started doing it some previously, and now 21 Things for the 21st Century Teacher has really built my confidence, and we come down here and do a lot of things on the computer now, and the children do very well. The second strategy that was covered in the class was reinforcing effort and providing recognition. Very important strategy when the kids are learning. And I had been using this strategy previously, but this class spurred me on to use it for the all-important kindergarten task of tying our shoes. And so I decided, instead of rewarding the children for learning to tie their shoes, I would reward them for trying to tie their shoes, knowing that every tie they tried was practice, and that the more they tried and the more they practiced, the more likely they would succeed at it. So that's how I incorporated that strategy into my classroom this year. The third strategy is cooperative learning. Again, I improved in proficiency by using Digo for shared bookmarking, so that when I bring the children down here, they can just click right away on the site that I want them to go to, instead of spending a lot of time pulling up that site. And whenever we can save time in the lab, that's a great help. The fourth strategy I would like to talk about is cues, questions, and advanced organizers, which all assist students in organizing and retrieving what they already know about a topic that we're going to learn. Again, 21 Things made me more proficient in Word so that I can create a framework for the kindergartners so that they can connect to the dots between what they already know and the new material. I know anything that I can do to help the students make connections between the knowledge they already have and the new material, they're going to be able to master that new material with making those new connections. The fifth strategy was based on the fact that information is stored in our mind in two ways. One, as a language, and secondly, as a physical sensation or an image. Well, here again, in kindergarten, I have lots of language and lots of visuals going on all the time. But technology has assisted me even more with the non-linguistic representation. 21 Things, again, has helped me become more proficient in Word so that I can do all kinds of things with non-linguistic representation. It also helped familiarize me with sites such as Digitales, Google Earth, PhotoPeach, and SchoolTube. The next, and that's where I'm going to stop for right now. Next, I'm going to go home, where as parochial school teachers, I do a lot of work at home on my own time, on my own computer. And now, 21 Things has helped me with cloud computing, that the work that I do at home is easily transferred to here at school. So next step will be my computer at home. Here I am at my computer at home, and you can see I have Blackboard up looking at my assignments for 21 Things. So 21 Things has helped me a lot with cloud computing and learning how to be able to access my computer work from wherever I may be, at school, at home, or anywhere. So the next strategy that I wanted to talk about is summarizing and note-taking. And in kindergarten, I feel the best technique that would work would be combination notes involving words and pictures. I also recently registered at exploratree.org, which I am anxious to try. The statistic that I remember from this lesson is that there is a percentile gain of 39 points when students use graphic representation. And so that is why combination notes with pictures and words would be really beneficial for my students. Strategy number 7 is assigning homework and providing practice. This is important for me because for some, kindergarten homework might sound rather extreme. However, meaningful practice is as helpful for 5-year-olds just as it is for older students. When we get back from our spring break, I'm going to assign homework from the Khan Academy for my students to try at home and do other things, try to explore other things that they can do on their computers at home for practice. Chapter 8 strategy is identifying similarities and differences. Teachers need to assist students as they learn to compare, classify, create metaphors, and create analogies. This strategy is a very important part of Common Core, and Word Smart Art again comes in really helpful with that. I have started having Analogy Thursdays in kindergarten, where I write an analogy up on the board, and when they come in the morning they see it, and then at least once a week we're hitting an analogy a week. And I'm trying to do more than that, but that's one way I make sure that I hit it every week. I have it typed out on a Word program, and then I can project it up on the board, and they're just there. I'll be able to use them every year. And as I build up my supply of analogies, I'll be able to maybe do analogies 2 mornings a week and keep going from there. The final strategy is having students generate and test hypotheses in a structural way and then have them explain their conclusions. This is very beneficial. You may think that it only has to do with science, but really it applies across the board. And I plan to do a lot more of this, and it involves a lot of thinking and planning. And of course, when they're thinking ahead before they do the lesson and forming a hypothesis, that will keep them much keyed in more to the material at hand. And so those are the 9 strategies of the book, using technology with classroom strategies at work. And I've gone over a lot of the highlights of the class. Again, I think it's really beneficial. The teachers are very helpful and will work with you at whatever level you are at technologically. And I would advise everyone, no matter what your level is, to give it a try, plus the good review of best classroom practices. And so that's all I have to say right now, and this is Becky Schilling signing off for 21 Things for Teachers, Capstone B.